Let me just skip forward. Now, this has been relayed to me by various people. This isn't my thoughts. So, we have run the business and changed the business. Run the business is we keep processing insurances, and change the business, we make the business better to process the insurances, right? And there's a trade-off to get that done. At the moment, we're about the provision and management insurance of technology. That's what IT departments do. That's mainly where the ACS focus lies. It's not a criticism, it's what it is. Now, the ACS can't do much in technology, data, and operations. It can't do much in products and services. It can lobby for some government regulation, but it can't really do much. The one area that it can get into is skilling, training, accreditation, certifications, and all of that. Now, it's the accreditation and certification of data professionals, information professionals. Yep. Whether we are an organization just for network ops guys, DevOps guys, that sort of thing, that's a conversation to be had. And the conversation is, are we meeting the emerging professionals for information? I'm not advocating either case, we're just presenting both sides. So we're moving from the provision and assurance of technology to the provision and assurance of information. I'll give you a classic example. IT ops at the moment, server number 5 goes down. They're worried about server number 5. They swap out a hard drive, then server number 5 comes back up. Let's take your managing financial crime at Westpac. You need data set number 1 recovered first. You then need, it has a dependency on data set 2 from vendor A. Vendor A cannot do that until vendor B has done it. IT ops is going to move from worrying about servers to how do you recover and supply data based on business priorities out of the cloud, across vendors, you name it. And we're going to move from the provision and management assurance of information to automated knowledge worker operations management. That's the societal challenge at a high level, with all of its nuances, complexities, and everything else. And the conversation, it's probably already happening, and Helen can talk to it later, is where do we want to play as an organization, and where on that bit are we moving to? Because if we're going to look after information and manage automated knowledge worker operations, then the skilling, the training, accreditation, certification, events, and things that we do are going to be very different to the ones that we do to support a DevOps engineer. I'm not making any calls. I just want to sow that seed for you. And if you look at it, there's the industry sectors to manage, there's the services and operations to manage, there's the vendors to manage, and there's the actual technologies involved. Don't worry about reading the slide. And I'm going to pause there. We've gone for 58 minutes. I'm going to pause there. We've gone through a lot of ground very, very quickly. But what I'm hoping is, especially for those who are starting their careers, data is not boring.